Not playing Endgame right is what's stopping you from making your first earnings in Fortnite. To help you, I watched this pro player's Endgame and figured out exactly what he does to win in the Endgame every time. Mappy is here and has to get all the way into that zone with players in his way. The only issue is he doesn't even have a grappler, so this is how he makes that rotate without having the one thing of rotation this season that would allow him to get there with ease. First of all, I think he's looking for fights here, because if he can eliminate a player with a grappler, that will make his life much easier. Because realistically, if he was trying to rotate and he had a grappler, I don't think he would fight here. I think he would focus on the rotate. This is a box fight. We know he doesn't get a kill here, so I'm not going to look at it too much. But getting these slurp mushrooms are actually going to be quite useful, because he's going to be in Storm very soon, because he just can't get the zone because he doesn't have a grappler. He's building there, he's not being greedy with materials. Now the guy in high here, he should have been more aware, but fortunately this player doesn't psycho in on him, probably because they're in Storm. It's doing 2 tick, this is a situation you don't want to be in, but because he has heals, quick heals to be exact, he is actually able to save himself and get out here. Now, to be honest, if there was a guy looking, he could have got shot with ease, but he got a bit fortunate. In 2 seconds, you're about to see what saved Mappy's entire Soda Victory Cup game. He heard this fight earlier and then he went to see what loot there was. Why? Because if he doesn't find a grappler here, you can be sure that he's more than likely going to die or end up scuffed, because he has to do that entire long rotate. So that's why it's so important to get grapplers, guys, in these endgames. And if you have to fight for it, you have to fight for it. You're not going to get far if you don't get that grappler. Luckily though, this guy doesn't make it too difficult for Mappy to get it. He actually keeps their 13 mushrooms, which this surprised me, but they actually are better to carry, because yeah, 6 minis would do like 20 extra more shields if you do the maths. Mushrooms also give you white heals, so really smart there by Mappy. Then once he gets the grappler, he just starts rotating. He is trying to scout, look around, see if there's any enemies. Actually takes the car, but okay, it was just a replay glitch. Yeah, he takes the car. Not a bad strategy. This guy hops in. I think it was the right play to hop out straight away, in case that guy started spraying through the window. Then grapples in, no one's looking, boxes up on edge zone. Very nice. Here, I like the way Mappy is playing. He only has 67 materials and it's not that far into the end game, so it's crucial he finds a refresh at some point. So he's being proactive, he's looking for a potential refresh, really smart. But then when Storm pulls max distance, he focuses on the rotate and he actually goes for early rotate, but this guy could shoot him in the back, so he stops for a second. Then when he realizes he has the chance to rotate again, he comes down the hill here and slides. Very nice. He actually gets the wall on this player. Lovely pump shot, and that is the refresh that he needs. But he doesn't get caught up on that loot too long, which you do not want to make that mistake that a lot of people do in endgame, where they spend a century looting. Instead, he focuses on the right thing, and that's getting into zone, box up in metal, which is nice, especially when he might look for another refresh. You want to be in a metal box to make your life much easier. He's trying to box fight this guy, but if it's not on, he just, he's not overcommitting too much. Really nice. Playing it slow, but isn't committing too much and doing a risky play. When you're in the end game, you never want to make this mistake that the player that Mappy is about to kill did. When you're on someone's wall, the wall isn't yours, you don't want to make noise and let that person know that you're on that wall. First of all, you shouldn't be on that wall. If you have materials, get out, make your own box. But if you're on the wall, do not start making noise like this player did. Mappy hears him because he's making noise, takes a lovely right hand peek and pumps him right into the chest and does so much damage. Then all Mappy has to do is keep spraying the stairs until he can place a pyramid and wrap up the fight. And the player was stacked. Big mistake by that player. Should you go for height in this season's meta? Well, Mappy does here, and he does a nice play. When he's after he heals up, he does a grapple up high ground play and shoots this player, or does the player build in time? The player builds in time, but he does lovely piece control, does the edit, doesn't jump so the player doesn't get a shot on him, and now Mappy is able to take high ground and has the advantage. But then he looks at this player, shoots him and gets a nice easy kill. Important thing that Mappy does here is he looks, gets awareness, well, player does shoot him, but he gets awareness of the player that has way better of a high ground position on him, and Mappy took damage. So the right play is to get down, box up in metal, and just go from here. Storm is on the move again. Mappy gets a little bit of awareness before he leaves and does not delay. He grapples on the closest build, so he can just go quicker. And also, I like the way he pauses. Grapples being the rotation this season, and you can just get beamed if you grapple for too long. It really is important to pause, take breaks, and not be afraid to use materials, just like how Mappy is using them here. Yeah, damn, gets an insanely nice pump shot there. Love refresh. Does try and mark the loot in case he comes back to it and uses it for heal off. Again, still just using metal. He's yet to switch other materials. I mean, I don't hate it, just using your strongest materials to ensure you can live until you just keep getting more refreshes. Looks for high ground because that's how you win these games. Does he take it? Yes, he does. And 200 pumps. A pro player sky jump. What a shot, but another person does the exact same thing to him, and now Mappy has to give up high ground. It's the right play. When you get hit for a lot of damage like that, if you can, safely get off a high ground and try and heal up. Don't just immediately go off of it if it's not safe, because that player will just shoot you and kill you. Mappy with low HP still is going for high ground here. Gets an insane shot. This is an insanely risky play, but Mappy has confidence. He trusts in his aim. And this player is doing a good job at making it awkward for Mappy. Mappy does build, fails the mantle. What is this play? Okay. Mappy sees opportunity to spleef. Guys, that actually was the wrong play, because that guy could have, if he saw where Mappy was, he could have just shot him easily when coming down, when Mappy had zero awareness of where the player actually was. But it worked out, guys. Sometimes you can make mistakes in these solo victory cups and still win. And I think that's exactly what just happened there. But also, you got rid of the best player in the game, the player who's going for high ground. And now, 3 players left. Last guy comes in, gets shot. Mappy plays the heals, catches the player off guard, and wins the game. What a game.